Welcome back to Adventures with Pawpaw. This weekend, we figured me and the missus, we would get out and we'd relax a little bit, just her and I. And we came to Old Cedar Campground, family campground in Monroeville, New Jersey. And it's going to go over a little bit of pros and cons of this little campground in today's episode. So let me get started on some pros here. As you can see, it's got blacktop roads all through the campground. So passing cars, you know, when they come drive by your campsite, you know, they don't kick up a lot of dust. Now, we're on a 30 amp hookup site. The electric, we have had no issues with the electric. Well, issues on us. You know, you run your air conditioning and you turn the microwave on, kills it. So, but that's on us. But as far as the electric, good service right across the street, and over off the field, they have 50 amp service. Pull through sites, so forth. Nice. It's very roomy site. Here, let me show you. And we don't have our awning out. It was started to rain, so I took up our mat and started putting everything away because we're leaving in the morning. So I figured I might as well go ahead and put everything away. So, I mean, our site goes all the way over here before the next site. And it's very roomy and enough to fit 2 vehicles in. And that's their rules, 2 vehicles per site. So I'm happy with the space. And the water hookup, you know, they got good water pressure. Now, right now I'm set my gauge at 55 pounds and it didn't go down. We got good clean water. Obviously I have a filter and a water pressure gauge on my line. And so, but you got to come prepared for different campgrounds, different sites, because who knows what you're going to need, right? Because every campground is going to be different. You're not going to get paved sites, you're not going to get level sites for the most part. So, you know, you've got to have your equipment, you got to be fully prepared to adapt to every campsite that you're going to go into if you're going to be camping around. So, if you're looking for peace and quiet, and you don't want to have, and you know, you don't want to leave the campground, and you just want quiet, and you just want to get away from all the hustle and bustle and so forth. You know, I mean, we were here all weekend, and it was really quiet. So, you know, not a lot of people driving around, and when they do drive past your site, you know, the speed limit in this campground is 5 miles an hour, and it's strictly enforced. Safety is their priority, and you know, and most of the time I'm seeing people my age and in here. So, you know, it's relatively quiet. So if you're looking for peace and quiet, this is a good campground for you. I don't know how old their playground is for the kids, but they also got a new playground. And I looked at their laundry facility, and their laundry facility is really clean. I mean, they got a nice setup there. It's really, it's good. It's, if you're going to stay here for a reasonable amount of time and you need the laundry, they have good washer and dryers. They have shower facilities. There's 2 locations in the campground. One at the main office and then one across the lake. Now, they just recently put in a new pool, which is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous pool. We went up there yesterday, took the grandkids with us, and they had a really nice pool area. So very well maintained. They had an arcade, and my grandson went up, and we gave him a whole bunch of quarters. The mom, she brings the quarters for the kids so they can have fun, you know, go up to the camp store, do whatever. So she gave him a whole bunch of quarters, and they said, go on up to the arcade. They wanted to go to arcade. They get there, they closed the arcade. Why would you close the arcade? Oh, wait, because this is a couples campground. Okay, all right. So there's really not much to do here. Again, if you just want to come here and relax, this might be the campground for you. All right, you're an older couple and you don't want to be bothered with kids, this is the campground for you. If you got kids, you know, they can ride their bikes around. There's really not much for them to do here. Go to the pool and ride a bike. So there's really not much activities going on. It's a quiet campground. So, all right. Now, with pros, there come cons. All right, and this is what I found to be the cons for this. All right, now, don't get me wrong. We had a generally good stay here. So I'm not putting them down, but this is stuff that perhaps Old Cedar owners and the management, okay, could work on. Okay, now I understand that, you know, it's $50 a night. Every campground has their own rules, okay, but with rules, you have your Nazi management, okay. I've talked to quite a few people in this campground just in passing, and they call this woman the pool Nazi. All right, she kind of flexes her muscles a little bit, and which she did with me yesterday and my grandkids. Now, we're not unruly, but we try to follow the rules given the rules. We brought 2 cans of Pepsi, and I brought my Keystone Light, but they're in cans because the pool sign up there says no glass bottles, which I 100% agree with. Okay, you don't want somebody dropping a glass bottle in the pool area, you know, and then you got glass all over the place. You got to close the pool till it's cleaned up. She asked me, she came over and she asked us about our wristbands, which we had to pay for my grandkids. All right, 3 of them. They charged us $8 per child as a guest. All right, per person as a guest, and they swam in the pool for 20 minutes. Now, they were here for a few hours. They came to visit, and $8 per person to visit. So, I mean, that's I think a little much, but you know, I understand everybody's got to make money, but I mean, come on. And then so-called pool Nazi that everybody else in the campground calls her, so I'm just telling you what everybody is telling me. She comes around with her clipboard and she wanted to see our wristbands. Well, here, I'll show you the wristband. Wristband. You go in the pool area, you better have that wristband, because if not, she's telling you, get out of the pool area, go get your wristband. So we showed her our wristbands. We didn't have them on. We just had them. I don't like wearing these things, first of all. She made us put them on. Okay, she was giving us a little hard time. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna ruin it for my grandkids. Okay, no problem. Then she walked back around. Again, we had our 2 Pepsis and I had my beer there in cans. And she comes back around, she says, you can't have them in here. You can have clear bottles or clear cups, but you've got to have them outside the pool area. She said there's a picnic table over there. You can go sit it and put them over there on the picnic table. I'm not leaving my drinks unattended. So I stuck them outside the fence area, and that was behind me. Now, I wasn't reaching back through and taking a drink or anything. They were just sitting on the outside of the fence. She comes back around and says, I asked you, they have to be over at the picnic table. You've got to put them over at the picnic area. They can't be in the pool area. Well, I looked and I said, they're outside the fence. They're not in the pool area. They're outside the fence. She says, sir, you don't have to be in the pool. Now, do you? I was like, I was a little thrown back by that. Well, she got her way. again, I didn't want to ruin it for my grandkids. So I grabbed the sodas and I put them over at the picnic table. You know, they have a sign at the gate, which I did not see, that says no food or beverages. But inside the pool area, it says you can have beverages, but you can't have them in glass bottles. So, which is it? I mean, come on. And if you're going to be treating your guests in that fashion, okay, and talking to them like that you don't care, okay, you need a little more training on how to talk to people. So Old Cedar says that they are a family campground, okay. They charge $8 per person over 2 people. Now the average family, come on, let's face it, the average family is 4 people. 2 parents, 2 adults, and at least 2 children. So a family coming in has to pay an additional $16 per night. Or they have to tell their kids, hey, nope, you're staying home. Me and mom are going camping. So, you know, with I mean, if you got 3, now it's $24 extra a night. I mean, come on, if you're going to call yourself a family campground, be more family oriented. If you want to charge people more, then you charge people more over a family of 4. Okay, so over 2 people, now you're just becoming a couples campground. You know, you don't want kids here, you don't want families here if you're going to charge people. All right, because now that's a little overreach. So they have a mini golf course. All right, they advertise they got a mini golf course. That mini golf course is very dated. It's run down. I used it, and let me tell you, I thought I was going to fall through a couple holes. Make new holes in it. It's in dire need of either taking it down or repairing it and making new stuff. You know, take some of the money that you're making from the campground and reinvest it and put it in, and you'll have happier campers. Okay, so let's get back to the campsite itself. Okay, campsite itself. I hope the management sees this, or the owners see this. You've had people coming and going. I had to come in here, and it's not like I was last minute. We reserved the site. We pull in, and obviously, I mean, I come in and I inspect the site. I don't want, you know, trash all over it before I pull in. We literally had to clean this site ourselves. Yeah, there's leaves fall, okay? I understand you got trees, leaves fall, okay? But there was trash. And not only trash, I mean, let me just show you the fire pit. Okay, here's the fire pit that we have. Okay, and right there it's ground level. All right, now this is a mountain of ash and there's our fire ring. This thing has not been cleaned out. Now this might have been a seasonal, okay, and then the people with the seasonals left. But when you're renting it out and they left, wouldn't you come in and prepare the site for the next guest? This site was not even prepared. Now, this couple over here, they had a couple on the next site. They left this morning, and no staff came in to inspect the site, to clean the site, which it's relatively clean, but they haven't been here to clean that site up. So nobody has cleaned these sites. They don't come by and they don't prepare the site for the next guest. That's an issue, okay? That just tells me that you're just looking for the money, come and go, clean your own sites, and you don't care. Okay, now I told you about the water, all right? The water is, let me show you. Okay, as you can see, I got the hose which my freshwater hose goes around the back, comes off the back. I had to run it underneath my trailer, come here, okay, and run it across the front of my camper. All right. Now across the street they got 50 amp, and let's see if I can get this. They got their water hookups, still sharing 2 sites each, but they're in the back near the electric boxes. All right. So I have to run. There's 60 feet of hose in order for me to hook up to the water. Yep. Come prepared. Let me show you what I got here for the electric. Okay. I got my Hughes Power Watchdog and surge protector. Excellent product. My electric comes out the rear, and there's my water hookup. I have a rear kitchen. So I'll show you, give you a tour of the camper later. Okay, so I don't have any issues with that, but here's an issue that I have with my sewer hookup. All right, comes out in the middle. I have 2. I have one here, and then with the rear kitchen I have one over here. All right, but my black tank comes out here. So it comes down, and it comes down my slinky and goes up. Yes, I said it goes up. This travels uphill. So it's a little inconvenient because then I have to take the hose, I gotta grab the hose, and I gotta pull it up and then drain it and lay it back down and then do it again until it's cleaned out. So they probably should reroute that, get a trencher, again, reinvest some money and inspect your sites and make sure it's convenient for people to hook up. So you need to bring that down here so it's coming downhill, okay, instead of flowing uphill. Okay, well, hey, that's my issues that I have. Pros and cons of Old Cedar Campground. You know, just address a couple problem areas, and you know, some of the sites along here, the last time we was here, and it was way off. So just come prepared, and you know, for any situation. So the situation being is, I got 60 foot of water hose. All right, leveling blocks, because some of the sites are really off level. Maybe they should get a couple truckloads of dirt and come in and help level that off so it's not as convenient or inconvenient. But wherever you go across the country, you have to be prepared. So you got to have all this stuff and get ready, you know, because you might need 60 foot of hose, and you might need extra leveling blocks, sewer hose, so forth. But there are the pros and cons, and hopefully management or the owners of Old Cedar Campground, they get to see this and they go around and take a look at the sites and say, okay, well, this month we're going to work on this site and or these 2 sites and get them ready. And you know, you got volunteers here. I don't know what kind of staff you have, but come in. Somebody leaves, you got to come in and clean this up. I mean, that fire pit, that ain't been cleaned in years. So, all right, that's the end of my rant. Again, don't forget to do all the things. Subscribe. Go ahead, leave your comments down. If you stayed at Old Cedar, I'd like to know, and I'd like to know your experience. The people here, all the guests, the people here are great. You know, I had a blast all weekend meeting new people, and that's what I'm all about, is having fun and meeting new people. So come on out. Maybe you'll have a little different experience than I had. And if you do, leave a comment down below. All right. In the meantime, I will see you next time on the next video. Thanks for watching Adventures with Pawpaw.